back to the digital den. Today we have something new to our agenda, Mr. Phillips' weekly newsletter. Of course, we are joined here today by our amazing guest, Mr. Phillips, back again for the second time. Before we begin, I'd like to inform those of you listening to this podcast that every Friday from now on, we'll be hosting a sort of news broadcast, if you'd like to refer to it that way, with our amazing guest each time around. My name is Noah Roberts, and I'm your host for today. Mr. Phillips, thank you for joining us today.
I'm glad to be here, Noah. Glad to be here. Yeah, this is kind of going to be our newsletter every week. This is how we're going to get information out to parents about everything amazing that we're doing here at the high school. So thanks for having me.
Welcome. Now, for your weekly newsletter, we'd like to ask a few questions and let you answer on your own as we go along. I'd like to start out today with this first question. Now that we have an extra full week under our belt from the last time you were on the show, I'd like to know how the school year has started off for you.
It's been great. First thing I want to commend parents for is our attendance. Our attendance has been really, really good the first 10 or 12 days of school here as we've gotten going. We had a few kids out for the fair. You know, we have a lot of FFA kids that attend the fair, but our attendance has been running anywhere from 92 to 95%, which is fabulous. So I would encourage parents, please continue to get your kids here. They can't learn when they're not in the building, right? And that's what we want to get across. As we came out of COVID, it took us a while to get back to a good attendance, but we feel like we kind of got that ball rolling now. So, but our classes are going well. Behavior's great. Not having any issues with behavior. Kind of got our routines and procedures down now with car drop off in the morning and class changes. So I feel like we're in normal school now, right? Those first 4 or 5 days, it's more of just trying to get a feel of the building, and our freshmen are here and they're new and trying to get acclimated to the high school life. Lunches are going well. We went from 4 lunches to 3, so we could implement that advisory time where we build relationships with you all. That's going really well. So yeah, really, I mean, the first 10 days of school, I don't know if I could have asked for a better start, to be honest with you. And that's just because we got great kids and great families. So.
Right. So let's talk academically. What have we had going on so far, and what might we have coming up soon?
So next week, on the 29th, we're going to be cert testing for all freshmen through juniors. So our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, that's a day that seniors can be out of the building to mentor as long as they sign that permission slip with Ms. Cook and get that turned in. We're going to be working on getting a date out to our seniors. The state is going to allow seniors to take another free ACT in October. So if you are a senior parent, you will be getting that information within the next week or two. I would also like to add that I think starting maybe in the next week or two, we're going to look at, as parents and students and community members are listening to this podcast, that we're going to try to embed some links where it can take you straight to our school web pages to get this information. So you'll also be able to get any academic or athletic or any type of information you need for your child as you're watching on your phone or at home on your computer. You should be able to hit those links, and we can take you where you need to go. So do have a couple of big testing dates coming up. I know a lot of classes been going for about 10 days now. So, as parents, encourage your kids. You know, they'll start having quizzes and tests coming up as we're moving along here. So I just encourage you to make sure you're checking in with your kids about their homework, and just ask them every night how school is going. Communicate with your kids about their academics. That helps us on our side as well. So.
Now, in your last interview, you talked about the brand new classes introduced this school year.
Yeah.
How have they been going so far?
They've been going well. I love it. I wish our community could come in and see. We're actually going to have some community people in throughout the year to do some podcasting. But to see first of all, your all's enthusiasm with this class here. We had mentioned last week, there's 2 periods, 3rd and 4th period, and how many kids are involved in this. So it's not just Noah and I sitting here talking. We got a room full of kids. Now we'll have a room full of kids, next period doing this, the editing that's going to go into it. Coach Howie, what he's putting into this has been nothing short of amazing. We've had some help with some community members with Charlie Titchener helping with some of this. And so this is going to take us and do things that we've never been able to do before. So I'm really excited about that. We've offered marine biology this year, which is a new course for us. We're in the process of trying to get some textbooks ordered for that class. So we should have those here within the week, which is exciting. Mr. Farrar he's been on me for a few years. He taught that class, I think, all the way back in like the 80s, I believe, for all of us. He's in the 53rd year in the classroom, Mr. Farrar is. He's in his 53rd year of teaching. So he taught marine biology a long time ago, so he was really excited to get that class back, as we've offered that as a science elective. We've offered weightlifting. We've got a lot of our athletes in weightlifting classes, which is only going to help us on the field. It allows kids to have 40 minutes during the day to hit on the things they need to hit on. Our advisory time's going really great that we've added, building relationships with all of our kids. We're starting to learn our kids a little bit, and that's why we show up and do what we do. So our new classes are going really, really well, I think, Noah.
Okay. Now, with everything going on the past week, our FFA also participated in the state fair.
Did.
Once again, they did a great job.
They always do. They seem to always do. They, Miss Dunaway or Mr. Dunaway, sorry, and Miss Hamilton and Miss Eads, they were down there 3 or 4 days last week. We've had kids that have been down there all week, and I think they won 4 of the 5 state championships that they competed in. So they'll go on and compete in nationals. And I know a few years ago when Blaine Baird had them, they had a team that won nationals. They ended up going to like Scotland or somewhere overseas. I forget where they go if they win that. But I got to go down for that award ceremony last Friday, and it was really exciting to see the enthusiasm of our kids. And it's just funny. You can just tell that when we go there, it's a huge room of schools and kids and parents, and they all know Spencer County is kind of the program to beat. You can just tell by their demeanor, Spencer County kind of owns that room a little bit. So Dr. Foster and I both got a chance to go down there, our new superintendent. We were, it's just really cool to see when you see the pulse of that room, and it's all about Spencer County. And there's 20 or 30 schools there, but you can tell Spencer County kind of runs the state ag program. So we're proud of that, proud of the work they put in. Those kids put a lot in the summertime. They're here a lot during the summer with me. I see them here a lot. So it's just like one of our sports teams or academic teams or anything. Those ag kids really get in here and get after it. So we're proud of them.
Okay. So our seniors had a very big week, from senior pictures and a record number at senior sunrise, and now they'll be taking the ACT.
Yep.
Can you share anything about that?
Yeah, so they're gonna have another free ACT coming up. We mentioned that earlier. I'll get that date out. I believe I don't want to get it's gonna be in the first week of October. It's going to be voluntary. Like if a kid wants to sign up to take it, we're going to host it. If they don't want to take it, they don't have to. But we would encourage them to. If any kid's thinking about going to college, we would definitely encourage them to get in there and take it because it's free. First of all, they're not going to charge you for it. You can do it. We're going to do it here during our school days. So you don't have to take. If you do it on your own, you got to do it on a Saturday. So we're not. It helps with that. So you'll be able to take it here. On one of our school days. I think it's on a Tuesday. Senior pictures, Tux and Drake pictures went really well. We had some parent volunteers there that came in, and that was as smooth as it's ever been. I think we got just about everybody, taken care of and got their pictures made. Senior sunrise last week. I keep hearing from Cam Cox, is kind of our senior president. He keeps telling me it was the most attended senior sunrise ever. They had about 130 seniors there. So I think that's really cool to see. It's part of our culture, right? Like those kids they were here at 6:30 that morning eating breakfast on the football field, just hanging out. And it's really cool to see those kids spend some time together outside of school. So, good stuff going on with those seniors. Before they know it, they'll be graduating in May, and then they'll be moving on to bigger and better things. So,
for everyone watching the show today, the underclassmen pictures are scheduled for Friday, September the 15th.
Yep. Make sure your child is here, September 15th, for pictures.
Now let's lean more towards the sports side.
Yeah.
Our fall sports are in the swing of things, and both our soccer teams have really started off strong.
They have. So both soccer teams are playing really well, boys and girls. I think girls might be undefeated. They've scored a bunch of goals and given up very few, too. I know that. I know their goal differential is pretty big. So boys have been really competitive. I think they played North Oldham to a 0-0 tie the other night, which is huge. I know North is always one of those teams they're up there in the state, when it comes to they compete for state titles. So our boys are competing with some really upper-level teams there. Volleyball's had a good week. They've been competitive in a couple matches that they played in. Let's see, golf was off this week. I think it's too hot outside to play golf, which kind of hurts my feelings a little bit because that's what I like to do is play a little golf. But it's when it's 100 degrees outside, we can't let them go and walk golf courses and things like that. So I think they had a couple matches that they had to postpone. I think cross country gets going next week, I believe. They have a meet next week. And, of course, we've got football tonight at Collins. That game's been pushed back. So if you're out there listening, if you listen between now and then, that start time is 8:30 tonight, not 7:30, strictly because of the heat. We would love to have a big presence there. I know that Collins is celebrating their 2013 state championship, their 10-year anniversary of their championship, and they just happened to pick our game. And we had talked about this as coaches the other day. We kind of find it funny that We kind of like Coach Cal at Kentucky always talks about how UK is always everybody's T-shirt night. They always give away T-shirts to get everybody there, and so they're celebrating. They chose that game. They've chosen tonight on purpose, right? They want a crowd there because Coach Marksberry's beat them the last 3 years, and they need a win against us tonight. And they want to generate some buzz and have a big crowd, so they intentionally did that. So that's motivation for us. We kind of hang our hat on that. As we used to just be, people would just brush us aside or whatever, but now they have to plan big celebrations on our night because they know it's going to be a heck of a game, and they're going to need everything they got to beat us. So excited about that. But yeah, big week. We need it to cool down a little bit for our outside sports. We got to hopefully next week it'll be a little bit cooler, and so we can get them out there. We've had to move football practice up to the morning this week. Our kids have been here at 6 a.m. just because of the heat. So hopefully that'll calm down a little bit next week.
I know a lot happens every day at our school. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share today for the
Man, there is a lot that happens every day. Look, we've had a great start to our school year. I think there's 170 or 171 districts in the state. A lot of those districts have multiple high schools. I don't know the number of high schools in the state, but I can promise you there's not one in the state that's gotten off to a better start than us. Great kids, great teachers. Our teachers are engaged. We challenge them with the 4 Ps this year, to be prepared, to be present, to be plugged in, and the performance will come, So we just kind of are making sure that we're checking all of our boxes, and we just love being here every day for you all as kids, and we just want to provide that environment. We feel like we've done that. So we just want to keep that momentum going, right? We want to make sure that kids keep doing what they do. We're going to start our town hall meetings with kids. We're going to start having those, once a week. We'll meet with a certain grade level just to talk about things that are going on in the school during your advisory time. So as administrators, we're excited about that. So that's something that's coming up that parents will be hearing more about. But just really cool. I think it's kind of neat that we can sit down and do things like this, and this stuff's on the cutting edge. I don't know of many schools that do things like this. So just really proud to be here, and just kind of proud to be able to jump in here and get my hands dirty with all you all and do what we do. So it's been a great start.
Right. And that's that. This has been a lot of great information for our first newsletter. Thank you, Mr. Phillips, for joining us today.
Great job, Noah. I appreciate you interviewing me and taking the time out. I appreciate it.
Of course, you'll be able to see Mr. Phillips each Friday for his weekly newsletter. For those of you watching us on our YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel at SCHS Digital Den. We also have Instagram, digitalden.schs, all lowercase, where you can follow us there as well. Next week, we are joined by our brand new superintendent, Dr. Foster. We hope you all will be willing to tune in for that as well.
He's extremely excited about that, too, by the way. I talked to him yesterday afternoon, and because he missed last week, he had to because of something that went on. He's like, man, I can't wait to get over there and sit down and do that podcast. So he's excited to be here with you all.
Again, thank you, Mr. Phillips, for joining us today, and we'll see you again next Friday.
Awesome. No, I appreciate you. Thank you.